morning, it's John from JB Motorcycle Services. Got the dyno out for the first time 2023, so quite excited. Done some base runs on this Triumph 675. So it come in from a mate of mine that's got a workshop on Portland, Liam at Motorshed. He does a lot of BMWs, so he specialises in BMs. If you've got any like sort of big BMW adventure bikes, touring bikes, he literally does all that sort of stuff. And yeah, what he doesn't know about BMWs isn't worth knowing. So he had this bike in, come in with a running issue after a track day at 10,000 RPM. It was just going really flat, where obviously it's very hard to diagnose a problem like that on the roads. Within second gear, you'd already be breaking speed limits. In Liam's, like say, probably 25 minutes from national speed limit road anyway, so it's like I say not ideal, it's just not convenient really. So he bought it in before Christmas, did some base runs on it, and it was 85 horsepower, which is massively down. It's running 10 to 10.5 air fuel ratio, so mega rich. I had a gut feeling that it was a cat, as I've seen it before on a few other bikes, like sort of doing similar things. So he got the cat cut out, looked at the cat and it was definitely burnt out. So we decatted it, brought it back in. I've loaded a base map in there for a full system for a Triumph 675 with tuneecu. So I'm going to get it back on, well, it's back on the dyno now, ready for some base runs to check the AFR. And if it needs adjusting, then I can go back in and adjust it, do some before and after runs. Like I say, before it's about 83, 84 horsepower, which is quite a lot down, as it was running really rich with a block cat, so it's not going to flow very well, hence the low numbers. So we should see some really good gains on the before and after graphs, in like I say a lot smoother as well, because it was like a rocky mountain before. So when it's all done, hopefully, like I say, get it back to Liam and the customer will be mega happy, and it's good to work with local workshops that need to use this facility, or like I say my dyno, because like I say, trying to road test or diagnose a fault like this on the highway is, one, it can get fairly dangerous because you're trying to feel, listen, and like I say, look out for any issues that the bike's going to have. And also trying to do it in those sort of RPMs above second gear, you're breaking obviously the national speed limit anyway. So it's one, it's not safe, two, it's not legal. So on the dyno, I can strap it on, I can run it all the way through lower revs, all the way up to the red line in every single gear. And we can have a look at the AFR data and see where we are with it. If I need to go back into the map and adjust some settings, then I'll go back in, tuneecu, look at the dyno graphs and overlay all the data onto the map, and I'll remap the fuel in to suit, and like I say, hopefully looking for some really good gains. And I'm just, like I say, pleased that I can work with a mate in local workshops to get the best out of this facility. Is that, like I say, there isn't anything Weymouth, Dorchester, Yeovil Way, there's not really any dynos in that area, so it's a very handy facility to have, and I'm glad I invested in it for the future of the business. So thanks very much and enjoy the power runs. As you can see, I've got the lambda sensor straight into the exhaust for a more accurate AFR reading, and I've lock wired the exhaust valve, so I have seen in the past that some exhaust valves can shut at high RPM. So to eliminate the problem, you lock wire it fully open so it can't get blown shut. We've wrapped up the mapping for the Daytona 675, started off at 82 horsepower and now it's 115 brake horsepower at the back wheel, so that's an absolutely massive gain. We worked with Motorshed on Portland to diagnose the issue, as he couldn't get it to kind of those sort of revs safely on the road, so we got it into the dyno, ran it through the gears, like sort of all the way up through the revs, and like I say, I had an inkling that it was a block cat. We decatted it, remapped it using tuneecu with a full system map, and then tweaked the fuel in from there. And at 12,000 RPM, it's got a 40 brake horsepower increase to what it was before. So on track, the customer's going to notice 40 brake horsepower massively. So yeah, really good to use the dyno, not just for mapping, but for diagnosing engine, like I say, running faults as well. So happy days, and thanks very much for watching.